Welcome to this Fortified house tutorial. So let's have a very quick tour of this build. Do check out my website, Andyisyoda.com. You can download builds, there's links to my Patreon, and there's even some merch if you'd like to support me. This place has some really cool spaces and rooms. It's pretty secure on the bottom, hence being a fortified house, pretty difficult to get into apart from the doors. Optional ladder there, that takes you up to this space here. You could seal that off, maybe make this into a bedroom if you wished, but there's some really cool spaces in this build. I hope you agree. And also an optional floor right there, well, very optional since I drilled a hole in it. You can stick a flag on top, and that is what I think is a rather beautiful fortified house. Let's get this built. So firstly, mark in a space which is 25 by 17 and divide it up into grid fashion like this with 3 blocks between each of your markers to fill up the 17 by 25 area. And then dig out this space here, clearly defined by the yellow wool in my case, and this is our basement. And the first thing I'm going to do with this basement is mark in the position of some windows with these beautiful stone brick stairs. Next, I'm going to add in some stairs down to the basement, and while we're at it, here are the blocks that I'm going to be using. So stone bricks, cracked stone bricks, and mossy stone bricks as well. So let's build up the upper layers. So simple stone bricks all the way around on top of your markers. Probably use something easy for the markers like cobblestone, right? Upside down stone brick stair right there, and your choice of door can go in between. Let's add another layer of stone bricks all the way around, again missing out the gaps for the windows. You could add some more cracked stone bricks or mossy stone bricks at that stage, but I'm going to mostly place them lower down. There we go, that's the basement entrance done. Now let's finish off the windows with simple iron bars. So with the houses I build in Minecraft, I tend to put iron bars in the basements and the low down areas, and then kind of glass further up the build. I just think that feels more secure. So upside down stone brick stairs finishes off the windows, and then on the inside I'm going to use World Edit to kind of paint this, but you just need to replace these grass blocks, marker blocks, and dirt with your choice of cracked or stone or mossy. And if you could, even if you want extra marks, you could grab some mossy stone brick stairs and go crazy with the detail. In the middle of these walls, I like to do this, and this is a really amazing bit of detail. So get the middle again right there. I'm going to put that stair. Now what we're going to be doing is putting in some supporting beams to support the ceiling above, and these are spruce logs which go right there. And let me show you what it looks like from underneath. I think it looks really cool. You've maybe seen me do this once or twice before. Look at that little indentation, looks like it's being kind of held up. Complete your little bit of platforming there, and then it's simple upper stone brick, oak slabs. Over here we can go for more stone bricks, and then underneath add in some stone bricks just to make a little archway there into that kind of extra bit of basement. So more oak slabs, upper oak slabs. They look really good from underneath when you do it like this rather than full blocks of oak plank, as you can see. If we go inside, add in your door and a little bit of light, and that is your basement complete. Plenty of room in here as well. So let's finish off stage 1, which is this stage here. And this whole thing is going to be built in about 5 or 6 stages. So this is stage 1, which is the porch area and the basement. So you can see that the porch is very simple, sticking to the 5x5 building system. We just bring this spruce up by 2 blocks and just complete the whole area. We also want some more of these beautiful oak slabs. Here's an option you could do. You could put some trapdoors under there, a bit like screening that you'd find under a porch. That is optional. I'm not going to do it in this tutorial, but you may want to. Okay, once that is complete, everything looks fine from underneath. Yeah, I would say that's nearly stage 1 done, but we're going to do the round part of this house as well, and this is going to be cobblestone. We've got polished andesite stairs, and more oak slabs as well. So using this grid pattern that we've got here, we want to be very careful where we place our cobblestone blocks. This is why the 5x5 building system is so good. It makes it very, very easy to see exactly where you are in the build, and also to expand a build as well. So that's it marked out perfectly with cobblestone. Now we need to put in some of the kind of diagonal round walls at the side. So it's 2 and 2, 2 and 2 at the back as well. 1, 2, 1, 2. Once you learn this pattern, you can do these round houses all the time, and it just looks so cool on any build. What we need to do is just join up that gap right there. And also, you could expand into this basement. You could actually dig out the underneath of this roundhouse, and you could, almost probably more than double the size of your basement. So that is a definite option. If you don't want bats spawning underneath, you would probably want at this stage to fill the whole basement with cobblestone and then put a good thick layer of oak planks. But I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm just going to put some upper slabs of oak wood slab, upper slabs of oak wood slab. Yeah, that's good commentary, Andy. Well done. Nice job. Time for the chimney. I think I will dig mine out into a basement. That's why I'm doing that. So you've got 12 blocks of cobblestone there. We'll come back to that chimney later on in the build. We're just finishing off this with some beautiful polished Andyisyoda site all the way around to there, and that just gives us a nice bit of finishing to the base of our round tower. Do hit that like button if you enjoy tutorials like this. Even if you don't build it, some people love to watch and they just learn from me building, and they can incorporate the skills into their own builds. I have noticed I've missed out stairs at the back of this build, so that's something you could do. And I noticed in my prototype I did use a lot of spruce as well, so the spruce slabs is an option as well. I'm going to stick to oak, I think, for this tutorial. We've got stairs to put on at the front. That's where the door is going to be. It's going to have a door at the back. You could fit the door there as well if you wanted, but that's where the doors are going to be. Okay, on to the next stage, which is this round part to the build. As you can see, we start off with quite a lot of stone bricks here. And then on top of the polished andesite, you've got more stone bricks. And we need to actually make a little gap there for the chimney, and then eventually end up with 4 layers of this. So we're on to our second layer, but I am going to leave gaps for the windows. So you can see there I've left some gaps. Again, leaving a gap for the chimney. Same gaps for the windows at the back. And then we just keep going. So this is the third layer now. And the fourth layer is complete. This bit here, I'm adding it on really. It's going to be kind of incorporated into the rest of the build, but it's actually quite sensible just to build this just now. Now what I do need is some stairs, just to make a kind of a threshold between the kind of boxy part of the house and the round part of the house. Okay, it is definitely time to do some windows. What I didn't do in my prototype is this, and that just looks a lot better with the windows. So let's make sure we do that. So we need to replace those with stairs, and then the windows are 2 blocks high of iron bars. So same thing to do at the back. Awesome. Time for a chimney. Hope you're having a good day. I had the dentist today. Do you know the secret to good healthy teeth? Interdental brushes. Anyone in the chat use interdental brushes? I think they're absolutely fantastic. Keep your gums super, super healthy. So you can see using the 5x5 system, I'm just right on the grid here with these spruce uprights and the horizontals that come across. These are kind of optional, I guess. You don't have to do this if you want kind of a bigger space inside, you want a bigger ceiling. You could miss those spruce logs out altogether, or if you want something cheaper, survival-wise, you could just use planks. All right, it is time to build up our chimney. So I'm just checking on the height of this. It's usually 7 blocks I do from a chimney from the height of where the fire is going to be. So 7 blocks up from kind of floor level. And I do these kind of in a cross shape like that. At the very top, I'm going to put some upside down cobblestone stairs, my favorite kind of chimney. We'll grab a campfire while we're hanging about and add in your upside down cobblestone stairs right there. I like to put an extra chimney, an extra fire right there, and that just provides me with loads of smoke. A couple of blocks of cobblestone there, and then inward facing cobblestone stairs, and it provides a nice shape to the back of the chimney. Very pleasing indeed. On the inside, of course, we need to remove these 2 blocks, and that one becomes upside down. These one become like a little kind of a cove or cave shape like that. That just kind of defines and contains the fireplace, and I highly recommend campfires and not netherrack on fire these days for all my builds. All we're going to do now is put a little bit of a roof on top. So we're looking at spruce. Now I did actually add that extra bit there, so I'm not going to put any spruce on top of this extra door frame just now. I'm just going to concentrate on putting spruce kind of everywhere else. So the spruce slabs, the first layer doesn't have any corners. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't, no corners, not allowed, right? Just for the first layer. So connect these up all the way around, missing out the corner blocks. And that's as far as I want to take it there. And then on top, we're going to go for our next layer, but this time we do put corners. I think this is a great way of actually building. So you could walk around that, right? You could walk along it because it does have corners, and that's kind of the way I remember it. Can you walk along it? Yes, it's got corner blocks. So it's a continuous line of spruce slabs. So I'm just double checking exactly what I've got to do here. So that bit goes on, and now we're up to the next level. Something else you could do was put on another slab layer at the very bottom, kind of overlapping a bit more. You could do that as well, and that's pretty good thing to do because it means you can hang things like glowberries from them and lamps. So that would go on the very edge bottom layer, another overlapping half slab or just slab. So check from above, it should have that exact pattern. That way you know you're doing it completely evenly all the way around. So what was I talking about? Oh yes, interdental brushes, little brushes on a metal wire. If you can find them cheap, they're really good because they just keep your gums so healthy. I don't know why I'm suddenly talking about this. Oh yes, because I went to the dentist today. Yeah, and for about a year now, I've used interdental brushes, and my gum health went from not great to really good, and it keeps your teeth healthy. And why is that important? Healthy gums and teeth mean you get less infections that can get to things like your brain and your heart. And there's even some research suggesting that Alzheimer's can be made worse or more of a chance of getting it if you've got some problems with your gum health. So interdental brushes, they're even better than flossing. You can do flossing as well, but an electric toothbrush and interdental brushes, my tip for today in the middle of a Minecraft tutorial. I bet you weren't expecting that. Put your comments in if you use the little brushes, because they will keep your gums healthy and they'll give you a longer life. It's as simple as that. Oh, this is where I remember that I forgot to put stairs at the front. Otherwise you have to jump up. So add in some nice stairs like that at the very front of your build, and that's the way you can get up onto the front porch. So that would complete stage 2. Now we're on to stage 3, which is this beautiful tower. And what I've done is build it out of gold, just so you can see exactly what I'm talking about and where all the gaps and doorways are. Now, I believe this is 14 blocks tall. So we can just double check on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks tall. So the very top layer is going to be chiseled stone bricks. That might not help you at this stage if you're building it from bottom up the way, but I just want to just build it in gold so you can see that we've got doorways there. And then I'm going to show you exactly where the windows are. We're going to have a window there. In fact, that's a doorway. And another doorway there. All right. Up at the very top, we're going to have a gap there for a window, a gap there, there, miss one, and another gap there. At the back, we're going to have windows there, there. Do we have a third window? Let me just double check. Yes, we have a third window, in fact a fourth window as well, and just a single window right at the bottom. So there you go. You can pause the video, build that tower to your own specifications, leaving those gaps, and you're going to be building it out of stone brick, mossy stone brick, and cracked stone brick. Now my windows are like arrow slits, and they're made out of these beautiful stone brick stairs. So these would go all the way at the top, and if you're doing one underneath it, make it face in the opposite direction, and that way the little gaps get staggered left and right. Oh, there should be a window there, shouldn't they? I missed, that's an extra window which I put in for your tutorial, but I missed it out on the actual prototype. So that iron bars goes there. And here are the blocks we're going to be building this with. I like to have mossy blocks near the bottom, as if that's a damper, fustier part of the build. And then above them, kind of more cracked areas. And then mix in some of the normal stone bricks as well, where you think it's maybe a little bit stronger, hasn't had so much wear and tear, and isn't so cracked up. And maybe the top of the building wouldn't have so much pressure on it, and that would be where most of the normal stone bricks would be. And once you've done that all the way around and built up this whole tower, 14 tall, you could add in a couple of doors like that. I've used spruce, and we can work on the very top of this building. So we're going to have 3 upside down stone brick stairs on every side. And on top of each of those stairs, we're going to be adding smooth stone. We're going to need a sneaky little upper stone brick slab in these positions. And finish things off with your choice of fence or gate or whatever decoration you like. Another upper slab would look quite good as well. I've chosen spruce fences. And that is stage 3 done. That is the tower complete. Do take your time to add in some floors, otherwise people coming through the doors are going to get a bit of a nasty surprise, like an elevator with no floor. You can choose where you put your ladder, or you could do a spiral staircase in here as well. I'm just going to do a ladder for this tutorial, but a spiral staircase would look good as well. Okay, once your stairs are in, I reckon that is that stage complete. Our tower is ready to have its kind of surrounding base put on. So this stage is this bit here. It's kind of a stone brick main room or main kind of area base to the build. So it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to go 4 blocks up with stone bricks in each of these spaces, kind of defining our little 5x5 building system. Add in your horizontals. And let's take each of these side panels in turn. This one's going to be a door, so I've put upside down stone brick stair and a spruce door. This one here I think is going to be a window, so that frames the window. Window here as well. There we go. Windows all around. Just here, this is going to be like a kind of an open covered porchway like that. And we'll have some more stone brick coming across like that. You could use spruce for these inner beams if you wanted. So that is an option. We're going to have another little bit of a wall there, and I'm just going to use some normal bricks top and bottom of those iron bars. This is kind of a little separate side room here. Could be a little storeroom or maybe a enchanting room or something right there with a nice door. Kind of little separate ante-room, but mudroom, you know, maybe it's an armor room. I like to bring this spruce across, and then we can go for some more upper oak slabs, excuse me, just to finish this section off. They look great from underneath, and it links through to that doorway there. You could put doors in those doorways, by the way. Just ignore me for not putting them in. I think I put a ladder here. This is definitely optional. You might want to keep this room kind of more private from below, but this is maybe a quick way in without using the main tower. So that's definitely optional. For some reason I've got a brick missing there. That's odd. Sorry about that. That's weird. Cool. Okay, well that is that section complete. Just 2 easy sections to do. There's the doors going back in. And we're on to the next bit. So this is the upper story. I call it the top story, the top floor. And you can see it's simply made out of boner block. We've got stripped birch as well, some spruce, and a few trapdoors kicking around. So the spruce is going to go here. Spruce logs. And then bone block right here. And more bone block just there. And then here's the stripped birch it is. So 2 blocks times 2. And here we can count to 4, 4, and then 5 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. And that provides this kind of round shape, which I've done in a few builds recently. Leave a space for a door. This trapdoor hangs on the outside. Love that. Creates a bit of depth in the build. Behind that we can go spruce trapdoor. Another one over here. A couple of panes of glass and some upper oak stairs to find the doorway. I love my spruce doors. So I'm building on my server, which is sponsored by Dedicated MC. If you'd like your own Minecraft server, check out the links below. You won't regret it. Java or Bedrock, you could run your own Minecraft server. Okay, the back of this. Oh, use the code Andyisyoda, 15% off your first month with Dedicated MC. Best Minecraft server hosting company in the world. Andyisyoda guarantee. I put that kind of fake trapdoor there because I think it just looks really, really cool and kind of balances the back of it. And you could actually maybe incorporate it into a window in the tower if you were pretty skillful. Now it's time for what I love to add to 5x5 builds, and that is a balcony, because it really hides the ugly boundary between the stone and the bone block, or between the stone and the birch. more upper oak slabs. Oh, we don't need that corner one, I don't think. You can, yeah, we definitely don't need you. You can go. And I'm going to be using some temporary blocks here. You could use any temporary blocks you want. Scaffolding would probably be the best idea, because we're going to use these trapdoors, and I love to hang them on the outside. Again, it provides a little bit of depth to the build, makes it look a bit more chunky in 3D. You will need to place that one there, and then you can go back to doing outside trapdoors, and it gives you 2 blocks of space on the balcony where you could place chests and plants and more decoration without it becoming too crowded. There we go. So that is the upper story left, and all we've got to do now is put on our roof. So here is the roof at the back here. You can see, oh, we do have that back porch to do as well. But we will put the back porch on kind of last, I think. Something else you can do is just bring up these spruces by 1 block and stick some nice spruce gates in between. You could use fence blocks as well. That's another option for you. What we can do is put some fences, a couple of fences ready at the back, and that is going to be for our the back of the build. Okay, it is nearly time for the roof. As you can see, it wraps round and it uses spruce key blocks coming up here. Place that spruce plank there and there, absolute key blocks. And then you've got 3 blocks of spruce stairs, 2 the right way up and 1 upside down. It's already looking curved. And then we're going to go crazy with these things, these beautiful spruce slabs. So we go 2, 2, 2, and 2, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that creates that beautiful curve. I use it on most of my builds. I absolutely love it. Okay, what we can do is wrap this around the back of the tower. That's going to have to be spruce planks right there. There are our 3 spruce stairs. Solid block there, absolutely key to get that in the right position. And then it's 1, 2, 3 on the stairs, and it's back to spruce slab land. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Very, very cool. Looks like I've missed out an upside down oak stair there right above, and I'm a little bit short on that birch as well, so add that back in and that just completes that shape. Right, what we want to do now is bring these spruce stairs all the way around to the front, and this is where we just make a very ordinary Minecraft house shape, something like that. I notice I put a spruce log there. Maybe I didn't do that in my previous stage, but if you have a block there, it makes it very easy to place that upside down spruce stair. Exact same thing on the other side, a typical pointy Minecraft roof. Upside down facing the way stair right there. And at this stage we can go to, well, I think it's nice to provide a kind of an upper ridgeway. You could do it in spruce. I'm going to do it in oak. Both are fine. Another ridgeway up here to work towards. And then I think we're going to reach for some oak stairs. And we have just 1 line or 2 lines of oak stairs depending where you are on this roof. There we go. So this is the only tricky part in this build. You need to be careful. I think that block there was wrong because it needs to be oak stairs coming all the way along like that. We actually need another oak stair. Because we're going to have, yeah, I'm just having a look here. This is slightly complicated. We're going to have oak come along, and if you take that oak too far along, you leave a gap. So that block has to be, I'm just looking, it has to be a stair block. So that's a key block to get right in this build. I think it's the most difficult block. That one and its opposite neighbor are the most difficult blocks in the game to get right. Bit more oak slab coming along. And up here as well. That should all join up nicely, and it's a question of 1 block and 2 blocks, and you are out of the woods because that is you finished the most basic, apart from this back bit, you are finished the roof. But this is really simple. It's just 1 layer of oak stairs and then more oak slabs, and we really are finished the basic premise of this build. It's now down to you to decorate it. Oh, what we didn't do was the back porch. Gotta do that. Let me take you inside and show you the spaces that we have created, and then we'll get on and do the back porch, and I'll show you all the other decoration features that I have done in this build as well. But it is kind of beautiful and spacious on the inside. Add those spruce fences and you will complete that little window there as well. Oh, I think there's possibly a door to add on the inside tower, but that is kind of optional, I guess. So here is the finished version with some detail of vines and things. Oh, and this is where we need to put in our little porch. So this is going to be the back porch, and this is made of spruce slabs. So the easiest way to do this is to start at the very bottom and kind of work your way up half a slab or half a block each time. Bring the horizontals out. You might want to change that back porch. I think I quite like the way it interacted. I quite like it. A little bit of detail at the end, and let me show you what I put on at the back of this build. So plenty of lanterns, plenty of vines, plenty of bushes, a little handrail there for the basement. Lanterns, you've got sea pickles on top that look like little bits of fungi. You could have coral sticking out to act like bracket fungi, rotting away the wood. Plenty of hanging roots. Color is good as well with melons or pumpkins, and fungi and mushrooms makes them for some great colorful touches. Here's an optional extra for you. You could put some campfires along the front there to make a porch cover, a front porch cover indeed. But that is the whole build done. Don't forget to check out Andyisyoda.com, and if you'd like to see more Fortified build tutorials, you could click on either of these 2 videos.